Hello, Big Mocker. My name is Michael Sitzler. I'm in creative writing for entertainment at Full Sail University, and today I will be presenting my project for you. My project title is called The Oracle, and it was inspired after I watched an episode of The Twilight Zone called Nightmare as a Child. It's a really good episode. I would recommend checking it out. But I was also inspired by the comic book origins of the Fantastic Four and Daredevil. The origin stories are pretty similar to my main character. And so my two main characters are Stephen Steeler, who is the Oracle. He's a very intelligent man. He's sort of a smart aleck and is really witty. And he has a slender build and slick black hair. He's blind and is kind of deformed because of it. My other main character is Raquel Watterson, who is a journalist for the Petersburg Planet, which is a newspaper for the main setting here, which is in Petersburg. Which, yeah, it's a big city, sort of like Metropolis. Raquel Watterson ends up helping out Stephen Steeler later on in the story. And she's really resourceful and really helpful. She has a good build, has red hair and green eyes. So the main story revolves around Stephen Steeler. And like I said before, he has a brilliant mind. He was once a NASA engineer. He invented this engine that would revolutionize rocket science. So he and his team go up on the rocket, up into space to travel to Jupiter, when suddenly aliens come across and they hold the ship into this beam, and then they launch these gamma rays at each one of them, and Stephen, all the crew members are affected, including Stephen. That's how he becomes blind and deformed. He doesn't remember this until later on, when his friend Roy McCoy comes to visit him and reveals everything. Then Stephen becomes depressed. He goes to a local bar in Petersburg. Then across the street, a jewelry store, or a burglary happens in a jewelry store, but Raquel Watterson is there and catches them. But then she's suddenly cornered by them. She screams, and then Stephen comes. Then Stephen discovers his powers once he hears her scream. He has these extraordinary telekinetic abilities, like heightened senses, and then he then springs into action and defeats the bad guys. Then he and Raquel run off. He then becomes the Oracle. Then the conflict happens when a new supervillain arrives named Morose Man, who launches these depression rays, and soon nearly the entire town is depressed, essentially. Throughout the story, Stephen uses his newfound detective skills to uncover Morose Man's plot. And so then the final showdown happens, and oddly enough, the Oracle ends up saying way too many punchlines, which causes Morose Man to laugh, and then Morose Man's defeated. And this causes the Oracle to be fully established in the town of Petersburg. How this story kind of evolved was, I was originally going to make it more serious, but then I decided to give it a comedic edge. So Joss Whedon is already attached to my project. He's going to be producing this project and is going to help me co-write it. Also, Walt Disney Productions is attached to it. This is going to be live action, not animated. The gear that I'm going to use is the Canon DSLR, which was used in the making of The Avengers. My main target market is going to be aimed towards white suburban males ages 13 through 30. The people who are going to benefit from this are mainly going to be comic book fans and moviegoers in general, just because superhero movies are really popular now, and I wanted this to be a fresh take on it. For my transmedia campaign, I'm going to be releasing the first trailer at Comic-Con. As for my social media campaign, my Twitter feed is going to be #TheOracle. The measure of the success of this movie is going to be based on, obviously, the box office receipts. That's going to be a big factor. And also, how many fans we're going to get on Facebook, on other social media sites. We're going to be approaching BMW and Canon for the cross-media campaign. During the movie, Raquel is going to use a Canon camera to take pictures of where the bad guys are and all that. We're going to be part of an ad in BMW where the Oracle is going to be driven in a car by Raquel in a BMW. Now, Big Mocker, I know you have a lot of projects that you are looking over right now, but I want to tell you why my project is unique. It's unique because I'm planning for this to mainly be a comedy film, like mainly a superhero comedy film. And what's also unique about it, it's not based on a comic book, so people may not know what to expect from this, but based on how we're going to advertise it, we're going to advertise it as comedy and action-packed. Thank you very much, Big Mocker, for giving me this opportunity to make this project. I enjoyed making it, and I can't wait to hear what you think about the project and all. Thank you very much.